sagen, geht's los. Hello everybody and welcome. With me here is Juma Al-JouJou, the designer behind the upcoming game Clans of Caledonia, which I've heard will be on Kickstarter shortly. And I'm looking forward to playing the short game and to discussing a little bit about it, because it's not the first time that we talk about this game. We've also talked about it a little bit at Berlin Brettspiel convention last year, and I've also had the honor to have one or two games of playtesting in between. So yeah, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Great. As you most likely know, there's a chat window right next to this video, and we will also be answering questions. Oh, well, I won't be, he will be. And I will have a look at the chat from time to time. And there's also a button on the lower right of the video where you can switch camera perspectives, because we don't only have this camera perspective, we also have another camera perspective which shows the board from above and will allow you to have a closer look at what we are doing. But let's dive right into it, because I think we need to choose clans now.
Exactly. Yeah. The game starts with one clan more than the number of players, and one, I don't know, you can start and choose a clan first.
Sure. Then I think I'll take the clan McDonald, which, based on what you told me, may use the lock fields to have fishermen,
yeah,
instead of just woodsmen and miners, and also is a clan I haven't seen before. So
yeah, and I'll go for the whiskey clan. I love whiskey, so here we go.
Okay, so what does the whiskey clan do?
Basically, the whiskey clan produces more exclusive and valuable whiskey, so they get more income for each whiskey produced. Plus, they have a cellar, so they can put one whiskey barrel per production phase into the cellar to age.
Okay.
And become more precious.
Okay, now that sounds interesting. I think I didn't see that one in the prototype last year either.
So we also get the resources from the starting tile.
So I do get 5 more coins, and 1 cheese, and 1 wool. Where is it? This one, I guess. Okay. So who does actually start the game?
I would start, because you started to choose a clan.
Okay.
So I will place either a lumberjack or a miner on one spot that shows the respective terrain. I will put, I don't know, a miner, I guess. I'll put a miner here for 11. So the miner is 10 and the terrain is 1.
Mm-hmm. And then I actually need to put my miners and woodsmen on this separate thingy.
Yeah,
I understood correctly, because they are now
flexible.
They are flexible, they don't produce as much, but they are also cheaper.
And you place this whole thing on top so you don't get confused.
Oh.
And these are removed.
That's perfect, because it fits there, and yeah, that's very nice.
That's the whole idea.
Okay, then I'll take 1 and put him here, because
yes,
that only costs me 6 if I get it correctly.
Yeah.
The field itself is 0,
yep,
and my workers for this clan cost 6 instead of
indeed
10.
So now you can place a second one.
Yeah.
And then it's me to place a second one.
And I maybe should have thought about that a little earlier, but well, why not? I will place 1 here.
Okay, that's 11.
Isn't it 7?
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
7.
Yeah, it would be 11 if you were another clan.
Yeah.
And I'll put this here, and that's 7 as well.
For you, it's 11, right?
No, that's 6. That's
you're right. Yeah, the woodsmen are less expensive.
Yeah, the woodcutter. Okay, so now it's my turn to start. So basically, in the first round, at the end of the first round, we get we get points for each upgrade on the bottom.
So these are the round end bonuses and upgrades. I don't get to choose these two, but if I understand correctly, I start with one more here.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
I already have one, which might help me for this bonus.
Yeah, exactly. So I will go ahead and I need to do whiskey stuff. So let's go here. So that's 11. That's it. Your turn.
Okay. One thing about the game that I really like is this market where you can buy stuff that others have sold, basically. So the price depends on if people sell something, then it gets cheaper, and if people buy it, it gets more expensive. And I know that you will need wheat for your whiskey. So now the question is, do I produce it because I know you will buy it, or do I not produce it and force you to produce it yourself? Well,
he's already starting with higher level strategy.
That's
one thing that I should remind you, because you haven't played for a while, is that we do not play with the edge.
Yeah, because we're only 2 players.
Yeah, but as a fisherman, I mean, every water hex is still part of the active map now.
Okay.
Only the land hexes at the edge are not.
And I can also use the bat to get these.
Yeah, you could even
this bonus
go there with the fisherman because it's water.
Okay. So I actually need to have a look at these bonuses we have.
Actually, one more mistake with the setup. These should go here in a 2-player game.
Okay.
Okay.
That says I can buy something for 3 less, or
so this means you can manipulate one market by 3 steps.
Oh, I can actually move the marker here
before buying or selling the respective good.
Okay.
This is 1 free meat.
Yeah.
That's
1 free. No, wait.
You have to discard 1 basic good and take 3 basic goods of your choice.
Ah, okay.
And this is like getting 5 coins and taking 3 random contracts as long as you have an empty slot. And then if you choose to take one, you pay the respective cost. If you don't take one, you don't pay anything.
Okay, that's good to know. So I think I'll actually start with this, because milk and cheese seems to be the way to go. I don't know why, but and I do have already 1 in navigation, or what's it called? Navigation.
Yeah, shipping.
So this only I can go here and it costs me 10 exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So then I will I'll buy another distillery for 12.
I think I'll upgrade my merchants for 4.
Okay, so I will get some shipping level for 4.
If I remember correctly, then in the beginning these distilleries had to be placed next to a river, and I think that has been changed.
Yes.
So what are some of the changes you had during the creation of this game that
I really liked? I wanted to make it kind of obligatory that you need to place distilleries next to rivers, because that would be very thematic. They indeed were placed usually near rivers. And I mean, while it works the game this way, I myself kept forgetting it during the playtests, and yeah, that's why I realized, okay, while it's a nice idea and it might be thematic, it doesn't really add to the fun. It probably reduces the fun. So in the end, I had to remove it, and yeah, in the end, I think it was the right call. I mean, sometimes I tried to make things thematic, and I realized, okay, this thematic detail, it just doesn't add to the fun, so I had to remove it.
Now, one thing that was about getting wheat, and this reminds me of what I want to do. I have 3 of these merchants,
Yeah.
and I'll actually use them to buy 3 wheat, because now it's cheap. It's only 5 per wheat, so it's 15 in total.
Okay. So just to play against me, huh?
Yeah, and I know that you want to buy it later on, so I'll just buy it now to make the price go up.
So let's see if your plans will work out. Okay, I will get 1 more shipping for 4.
I will build a bakery now. Let's say I'll build it here for 10.
Okay. I'll get another shipping for 4.
Well, you do get a lot of upgrades now, which actually makes sense given that that's the end bonus. So I'll actually buy another merchant for 4.
Okay. So then I'm gonna sell 1 bread. I need some money. It gives me 10.
I do have wool and cheese, so I could actually sell the cheese to get some money myself. Why not? I do have another merchant. I'll use it to sell the cheese for 10.
So then I'll get another merchant for 4.
And now I have 14, which is a lot of money, I've heard, so I'll use it to buy something. And let's maybe, actually, why not? For 10, buy another cow.
Oh, that's a cheap spot that I should have taken.
Yeah, I realized that you had the space to go there now with navigation, so I wondered why you didn't take it earlier, but...
Because I have another devious plan.
Let's see. There's some other options here still.
Well, it's not all about expansion. I'll get another merchant for 4.
And I do have money left. It's exactly 4, so I buy an upgrade. And let's take another merge.
And then I'm gonna I think that's a good plan. I will now use this port bonus. I will discard 1 milk that is worth not so much at the moment, and I will take 3 grain. And now it's still my turn. And now I will profit from the increased wheat price that you have created.
Oh, that's clever.
And I will sell 3 wheat at a really juicy price of 7 each. That gives me 21.
That's right, that's a lot of money. And I don't have any money left. I could use my 1 merchant to sell something, but I'll actually pass. So I get... So how does it work here?
Yeah, so now you pass, so you go first and you get 16 money.
Okay. But you can do as much as you want now.
Yep, indeed. I will build another... I will build a field. So where should I build it? I'll build it here. Here for 21.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, indeed.
Actually,
but I'll need it.
The fields are the most expensive buildings you can have with 18 compared to the next most expensive is the distiller with 10, which is almost half of it. How did you come up with these numbers?
I'm really into Excel, and basically I calculated the return on investment for each good, taking into account if you buy them early or if you buy them late, taking into account the average prices on the market. And yeah, so basically I just tried to, the thing is, I mean, since you have grain is the basic resource for both whiskey and bread, if they didn't produce twice as much, I mean, each field produces 2 grain, I would have needed 8 grain tokens, so they can supply all bakeries and all distilleries, and this would be kind of a lot. And so I came up with having them like produce twice as much, but then they also need to be more expensive. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing I didn't really notice up to now, that all of these produce 1 resource except for the fields where there's 2 resources.
Yeah, it also makes it a little more interesting because, I mean, it makes you pass earlier when you build fields because you spend a lot of money in 1 turn. But then you also only occupy 1 hex space, so it has some strategic nuances that are linked to it. Okay, so I'm pretty broke, so I can only afford with 4 1 more merchant, and that's it, I guess. Well, actually, I could sell 1 more grain. I think I'm gonna do this. I'll sell 1 more grain for 5. Yes, and now I have 9, so I can spend 8 of that for 2 more merchants.
Yeah, you do have a lot of upgrades now.
Exactly, that's the idea, to get a lot of points here.
Yeah, might come in handy now.
Yeah, so then I pass as well, and I get 13. And now there is the production phase.
And I think I get 2 milk, and I can use 1 of my wheat to get 1 bread.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and I do receive 2 grain. I'll do it slowly. So then these 2 are processed into 2 whiskey. And I also get 10 cash from my workers.
Ooh, I do get 8 cash. I forgot about that.
Yes. Plus, I do get 6 cash for 3 cash for each produced whiskey, so that's 6. And 1 of my whiskey goes into the cellar to age. Yeah, so that's about this.
That sounds like a good turn for you.
It was a pretty decent turn, yeah. Actually, I forgot to take a contract, which wasn't so good because it would have given me 5 cash, but yeah.
Oh, you're right. So if you take a contract early on, it actually gives you cash because you use 1 of your turns for this.
I would have totally done this, but I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, me too, but well.
Anyway.
And I think that's also new. Last time I checked, they all cost money.
Yeah, now in the first run you do get 5 money, and later it costs money, so it kind of makes the export board quite dynamic in the first round already.
Okay.
So now you retrieve your merchants, and we score the scoring tile. So that's so we count every upgrade. So I got 5 merchants, and I have 1, 2, 3 shipping. So that's 8. I didn't do any tech upgrades, so that's 8 points, and that's it.
And for me, I got 3 merchants and 1 ship upgrade, so it's only 4.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go. So then we flip this scoring tile, and now we know we're in the next scoring phase, in the second round.
And this time we get 1 point for every basic good we have?
Exactly, in our stock. Yeah.
Okay.
No matter if produced or bought.
Okay.
Okay. So then it's your turn.
Yeah, because I finished first last time. I think I want to buy more stuff.
That's always good.
So I do have a lot of milk and a lot of milk production. But well, I can always use more, so I'll actually use 10 of my coins to buy another cow on this cheap
That's
space.
not available.
Oh, that's not available. You're right, because we're only 2 players. Then that doesn't work. My whole plan was foiled. In that case, I'll put it here and it costs me 12.
Yeah, exactly. So then I have another devious plan. I buy 4 wheat as long as it's cheap. Okay, it'll help you sell your wheat at a good price. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4 at 16 cash. But it actually gives us points this time. So
it might make sense to keep the goods.
yeah. So that's 16. And I do get 4. I'll just take this.
And I will actually now sell 2 for 14, because I like money more than I like goods.
That's what I thought. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I think, well, that's a bit crazy if I do this, I guess.
Do it. We all love crazy.
No, no. That would be way too crazy. I need to build this. I need to focus. I wanted to buy some milk to get more points in this scoring phase, but I really need to focus that I'm Clan Mackenzie, so I'm the whiskey clan, and it's all about whiskey.
That's right.
Okay, so that's why I should build more distilleries. And how am I going to do this? I will build 1 more distillery. Where can I build it for cheap? Well, that looks like a good place for me. Oh no, this is a nice place. That's a cheap spot for 1, so that's 11. There we go. True.
Okay. I'll pay 11 to put another cow on the field. Because why not?
Because you can. Okay, so then I will sell both my whiskey at 22. So now I'm rich.
Yeah, that's right. I don't like that.
I like it when you don't like it.
I think I'll build an upgrade and get my seafaring to a better level.
Okay. So then I will build another distillery. It's all about distilleries here. Spots are not so cheap anymore. So let's put it here for 11.
That's still very cheap.
It is. And now I built my 4th distillery, so I get to draw 3 contracts.
Okay.
I'll take 3 contracts and let's see if there is something I would like or not. This one is decent.
And I assume the contracts are also based on the Excel numbers thingies. So
exactly.
all of them are more or less actually the same.
I mean, it depends. I mean, in theory they're all the same, but it depends on the game state. In the beginning, you prefer smaller contracts that give you some cash or bonus upgrades, so you have some kind of reinvestment. So then in the beginning they are more attractive, and in the late game the bigger contracts are more attractive that focus on the rare goods. Yeah, but on average they're balanced.
Okay.
Okay, so I will take none of them.
That wasn't really worth it.
No, well, I give it a try.
But for 6, I will put out another fisherman, because I can. And now I can also use this harbor, I guess, because I do have another fishing level.
Yes.
Or navigation level.
Yeah.
And also get 3 contracts. Maybe I have better luck. Let's see.
You didn't actually need the navigation level, right? Because you could row.
Yeah, but
Just for your information.
it would have taken another round. So this one doesn't make any sense at the moment because it just gives me victory points. I don't want victory points, I want the victory points later on. Now I want something I can reinvest.
Yeah.
But these 2 are actually both quite good, and I think this is one that I will be able to sometime fulfill. So I'll just take it.
Yeah.
Because it's for free, and I love stuff for free. And talking about stuff for free, I also get 5 coins.
Yes. So then I should focus on building some stuff. Namely, I'd like to build a sheep. Where should I put it? I'll put the sheep here for 10.
All the cheap spots are gone now, at least next to me.
Yes, indeed. You should use your rowing ability.
When can I actually use it? At the end of my turn?
No,
or?
in every turn of yours, at the beginning of every turn of yours, you can row 1 lochex.
Okay, so I could now...
Yeah, you could like travel all across the loch and get somewhere without any shipping level.
Yeah, well, let's do that. Then I row here, because why not? And I want to do something else too, and I think I will do this part. Oh, well, but that doesn't really help me yet. That's not where I want it to be right now. But I do need to do something, and I'm not allowed to take a contract because I already have one, right?
Correct.
So, well, let's maybe buy or sell something, because it seems that's my only really good option right now.
I mean, but at the moment, this round you're probably not going to fulfill this things. So all the resources you got, especially the bread, is like dead capital. And one thing that you do not want to in this game is dead capital. You really want to avoid dead capital like the plague. So you want to reinvest your money or your resources as much as possible, because that gives you a certain return.
I think
in real life.
I'll actually sell 2 milk.
They would give you points though at the end of the round. But if
but I do need the money, and I don't really see that much else I can do.
Yeah. That sounds reasonable. And I like that, because this might make me... Actually, I will buy 1 wool for 4. That's the only thing I can reasonably do with 4 cash. Then it will give me 1 more point at the end of the game, at the end of the round.
But now I have a lot of money and I can row again.
Yes, now you're the one with money.
So I can row here.
Yeah.
And now I'm next to a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, you could get here or here, which is quite cheap.
Yeah, if I had more merchants left, but well, let's buy a merchant.
Now I got your idea, but there is no way I can do anything about it, so I'm gonna pass. 60.
Which means that I'll buy another merchant, yeah. And then, oh wait, no, that doesn't work out. I don't buy that merchant because I just realized I need to pay money for for this field. So my idea was for 4 to build one of these on this spot and use the neighbor bonus.
7, yeah.
So that's oh yeah, for 7, yeah.
Yeah.
So like this, and then use the neighboring bonus, which means I can buy wheat for cheap.
Exactly. Whenever you expand neighboring a production unit of another player, you can buy locally produced goods at a discount. And with 2 players, you can buy basic goods at 2 cheaper for each unit, and processed goods even 3 cheaper. So now, instead of paying 6 for each grain, you pay 4.
Which means for 8, with my 2 merchants.
Here.
Oh, am I allowed to buy it because I already sold some?
No, you're not.
So it doesn't really work. Oh yeah, I see. I don't really understand the game yet. Okay, but then at least I get to keep the money.
I mean, the thing is, you cannot buy and sell the same good in the same round, because otherwise you could make infinite money. You would basically drive up the price, then he would sell at profit, and then you could buy again, so it wouldn't work out.
Yeah, but then my plan just collapsed. But I do have money left, which I can use for something else. And it's
still a cheap spot that you took, so it was worth it, I guess.
Well, yeah, I would have loved to use a cheap spot, because for this meeple it isn't actually the cheap spot. I could put him on water and it would have been 1 less.
But it's a cheap spot that you've taken from me.
That's right. So I do have 9, and which means I can't actually get any building because all of them are at least 8 and I have no 1 spot left. Which means that I will just buy other stuff.
You could build another miner here.
Yeah, or I could build miners on the sea.
Fisherman
here, for example.
As you want.
Well, let's build a fisherman here, and then for 4, let's get my last merchant.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, so then you pass, so you receive 13 cash.
Which is one thing that I really like about this game. Even if I don't have any money at the end, I know that next turn I will be able to do at least something.
Yeah, I forgot to take a contract again.
Oh yeah, because you don't have one yet.
Yeah, I wanted to take one, but anyway, I'll take it next round.
It's not like you will lose to me due to this.
Hopefully not, but yeah, a little more forgetful than usually. So we get our income.
Okay.
So my 1 sheep produces 1 wool. Then my field produces 2 grain. Now the mic fell off.
And I get 4 milk. I don't have any wheat for my bakery, unfortunately, because I didn't get to buy it. But I also get 20 money. And I get my merchants.
Then I get 4 distilleries. One of the distilleries goes into my cellar. So for the 4 distilleries, I get 12 cash in addition. 4 times 3. Plus, I get 10 cash for my 2 workers. And that's it. Next round. So now we get points for the basic goods in our stock. I do have 4 basic goods, so that makes 4 points.
And I do have 5 basic goods because of all the milk I produce.
Yeah. Let's see if you manage to get rid of it before it's rotten.
Oh, I remember that in one of the earlier phases of the game, you had to collect the wheat from the farms, and if you didn't collect it in time, it spoiled.
Yeah, exactly. It was like it was very thematic again. Yeah, it was like the grain was produced actually on the terrain, and there was like a horse that or a plow that you could move around. It was one plow for everyone, and you need to spend cash to move it actually for each space. And yeah, you had to collect it in time before it rottens. So that was kind of interesting because yeah, there was like some interaction going on, but again, sometimes it just didn't work out and people didn't like it. Sometimes it was fun, but sometimes not. In the end, it had to go.
Sounds like there were a lot of changes. Which one would you say is the one that, if you would play it personally, you would revert? So something that you changed to make the game more available to other players or make them around it. Is there something where you would say it's a variant that you would personally play again?
That's a really good question.
And maybe because it's your turn, first do your turn, and then
I'll think
while I try to figure out how to get out of the mess I'm in.
I think you're asking tough questions, so you'll have a lot of time to come up with very devious strategies.
It's my only chance to get back.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's all about meat export. So now finally I'm going to take the export that I wanted to take all the way. So this is this one, but now I even have to pay 5 cash for it. I could have gotten it 2 rounds earlier.
So what does this actually mean?
So for each meat that was exported, I get 2 points.
Okay.
So this means it would make sense to fulfill this run, otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't get the points.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, and that's my turn, and you can think about the question. So what kind of mechanic did you throw out and you would put it back in for as a variant for your own play?
I don't think that there is really anything that I personally would prefer to play with and that had to go. But there are a few things that I changed based on the feedback I got from other people, although they were not coherent with my own intuition.
Okay.
But
for example,
in the beginning of the game or the testing phase, you could see the contracts that would be used in order to refill the board at the end of the round. This way, there would be much less uncertainty and luck because you knew which contracts would come up.
Okay.
I tend to like zero luck games or games with a very, very minimal amount of luck. But I realized during playtesting that it really added to the downtime and people had too many options to consider.
Good old analysis paralysis.
Exactly. And it didn't actually make the game more fun.
Okay, yeah.
So now there is a tiny little bit of luck involved because you don't know which contracts are coming up, but it actually adds to the fun, I feel now, and I'm quite convinced it was the right call. Plus, you're never completely powerless. I mean, even if contracts come up that don't match your resources, you can still sell your resources and buy resources to fulfill other contracts or just fulfill a contract next round. So, in the end, I think it was a good change.
In my turn, I will pay 9 to get 1 bread. And I think you get your merchants back.
True. So now I'm filthy rich and I've got a lot of whiskey. So I need to fulfill this contract with 2 lamb meat. So I need 1 more sheep in order to fulfill it somehow. I need some cheap spot. I will first get some shipping for 4. I like shipping.
And then I will buy a cheese for 9. Because why not?
You can. Okay, so now I will build a sheep here for 10. Now I have 3 loch hex navigation. 1, 2, 3. I can reach here. I hope I didn't take the spot you wanted.
No, I actually didn't. I didn't realize up to now that I could have built there, because it's not a mountain; it's a mixed spot.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a nice feature of the game, that some of the spaces are only usable for woodcutters, some only for miners, and some only for the rest. But some are also mixed spaces, like the one.
So, for instance, I mean, here you can only place woodcutters. Here you could only place miners, and let's say here you could place anything, because it contains both wood, forest, and grassland.
Which also makes it very expensive.
Yeah, so you have more flexibility. So why did I come up with it? Because I mean, I like the area control part of Terra Mystica, but I felt that the way the map looks, so every hex has its own terrain, it makes it look a bit abstract. It doesn't look like organic. And I think the map here looks more like a real landscape. And this is how I came up with having different landscapes on one terrain.
Okay.
One hex space.
I will row, because I think rowing might be good.
Yeah.
And then I'll fulfill my contract for 2 bread and 1 cheese, which gives me 3 cotton, 1 victory point basically. And oh, I landed on this spot. Does this mean something?
No, only when we fulfill and when they reach the spot, then you get a coin.
But this one moves to place 3. And also I have this empty hex, which, if I remember correctly, means that I can now build something without paying the cost for the terrain. So I could build here for 0 instead of 4.
Exactly.
Which means I'll buy a cheese factory for 8.
That seems like a good way to go. And now you could buy whiskey for cheap.
Yeah, and it's really, really cheap. But it would it be 6 or would it be 8?
6.
So it would be really, really cheap. That actually could make a lot of sense.
And you could, for instance, buy 4 whiskey for 6 for 24. Okay.
I have 8 money left, so.
Okay, you could buy 1 whiskey.
I could buy 1 whiskey.
I mean.
But well, why not?
This here.
I like my
I played
whiskey.
a few solo games, and in a solo game you don't have a neighborhood bonus. And since I played them, I kind of forget to use the neighborhood bonus in a multiplayer game, which is a pity. So the last games I played, I lost, and I think partly because I didn't make full use of the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's a very interesting feature, and it makes the board more interesting, because you not only need to capture the cheap spots, but you also need to think about how to get close to your enemy.
Yeah, so you really have to keep an eye on what other players are building, because that really opens up certain opportunities for you. Okay, so I will go for 7. Place this guy here, the woodcutter.
By the way, how do I know? I realize now. How do I know that I have the cotton? Because I have this piece.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So you build the woodcutter. Oh, you want to go in that direction.
Yeah, I want meat.
I want to sell something. I could actually think about selling the milk. It's cheap, but I do have a lot of milk. And it would still be a little bit of money. Why not? Or I could sell the wool. I'll sell the wool for 5, which means it gets cheaper. And it's your turn.
It's here?
Yep.
Okay, now I have a plan. And I need it. So I'll pay 11 in order to deploy a miner on this cheap spot.
And which means you can reach this price manipulation thing, which might come in handy.
Exactly, because I need some money. I'm pretty broke at the moment.
I will become even more broke by paying 5 to get another contract. Nope, this one.
This is the one I wanted.
Ah, but I already have the 3 cows, so...
Wow. You made me very sad. You know that?
That's what I hope to do in every game to every player I play with.
Okay, I see. Very, very evil. Okay, I will still use this thing. And I will increase the whiskey price by 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. So now the whiskey price is very high at 13, and I will sell just 3 whiskey instead of 4. So this is still 39.
And I will fulfill the contract by slaughtering these 3 cows, which means I get 6 points due to this. Do I get them now or do I get them later?
At the end.
So I need to remember this.
No, not really. I mean, you see at the end, we just check our fulfilled contracts and then you see.
Oh, so if I fulfilled the contract early on, I would also get the points?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. And I get 3 points. And I am in front of you, which will be the only time during this entire game.
You don't get 3 points. Why do you get 3 points? For the hops, that's done at the end. Because we have a score sheet.
Okay, then I go back 4 points.
Okay.
But this moves up 3.
Okay. So then it's my turn.
That's right.
I will... I will build another sheep here for 11.
I will sell 3 milk for 12.
Huh, milk is cheaper. And I will build another sheep for 9. All into sheep.
And now you can also get that bonus.
Indeed.
I have 14, which means I should maybe build something. I do have this great spot to get more cattle. So let's buy something for maybe 9.
You still have 1 milk, so you could buy cheese dairy instead. So you use up...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's the same cost, so you could...
In that case, I will actually
it's
pay
the
a
same
little
cost.
more.
It's the same cost.
Pay 1 more and build it here.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Nice. So that's a good strategy by Daniel, because he wants the cheap spot to be free for the cattle or for the sheep, so he can slaughter and rebuild on sheep spots. So that's his strategy.
That's right.
I got you. I should stop giving you hints. Okay, I have plenty of money now. I will now fulfill this using this port bonus. So in order to fulfill this, I need to slaughter 2 sheep to produce 2 lamb meat. And I will use this port bonus, so I only need to slaughter 1 sheep, and I will of course slaughter this one.
This is one of the things where I would guess a lot of players could take out the rules and start sharing the pages, because if you want to use the bonus, then you need to own this field. Yeah. And so in this case, you first get the bonus and then slaughter the sheep. But I guess some players might then say, well, it's simultaneous. You can't do it like that. Which brings me to another question. If I remember correctly, you're still working on the rules, on the details, on how to formulate them, or are you finished? Because I've seen them 3 weeks ago or something like that.
I would say like 98% finished. Many people have already helped me. Many Board Game Geek users were very, very helpful, giving a lot of hints. In the end, can improve rules forever, but they are at a very good state at the moment, I think, and very comprehensive, and yeah.
Okay.
So I slaughtered 2. Tobacco goes 2 forward. And I will build somewhere for sheep, and I will do this, namely, I think that's a good spot. Yeah, I will build here.
That's expensive if you don't have the bonus. Yeah.
So that's 8, so it's totally worth it.
And I think I'll have to pass, because I have 4 money, no merchants, nothing else I could do except for rowing, but I don't see where to row at the moment. Oh, I will just row here, because why not?
Okay. And then I will take another contract, namely this one, for 5. And then I will I think I'm gonna fulfill this contract right away. Pretty broke at the moment, but yeah.
But do you? Oh, you have the whiskey still in the cellar.
Exactly.
You could use that.
So I will fulfill this. So 2 more need to die. These 2 are dying.
Like lambs to the slaughter.
Yeah. They didn't have a long life, but happy was. Okay.
Is there a bonus at the end if your cattle was raised with natural food and stuff, and enough space to roam?
No.
Okay.
I mean, remember, it's the beginning of industrialization. It wouldn't be very thematic.
That's right.
So, sugarcane goes 3 steps further, and I gotta build a free build again, and I'm gonna build this here for 7. That's exactly as much money as I have.
Why is it 7?
I got a free build again.
Yeah, but isn't the guy like...
The guy is 6, yeah, it should get 6, yeah.
Okay.
You're right. You passed, right? So I can sell my 2 wool, which I'm gonna do for 8. So now I need to take care of, I need some milk for my cheese dairy. I have enough grain for my distilleries. So I will buy I think just 2 milk and that's it. Or I could buy 1 milk and get 1 more contract, which is also good. I think that's even better, maybe. No, I will just take 2 milk, buy 2 milk and that's it.
For 6.
I will get 1 milk.
And it's 3.
3. And I will get another contract, namely this one.
Yeah.
Because next round it's all about import goods.
Mm.
And this gives only import goods, so, or mostly. So that's good.
That's
so
right.
That's 5. Now I'm really, really broke. And I gotta pass as well, so that's 13.
Okay, then we get new contracts.
Yes. We retrieve our merchants.
Thank you.
And we also
Get 2 points for each of these.
first we should produce.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it in order.
Yeah. So I get 4 whiskey again. 1 goes into the cellar and 3 whiskey. So I get 12 in extra for my precious whiskey.
I produce 1 milk and I have 1 milk which together gets upgraded to cheese, and again my bakery doesn't have any wheat, so it doesn't do anything, which is really, really bad in this game, but at least I get some money from my fisherman and my 1 woodcutter.
Oh, that hurts if your bakery doesn't produce.
For the second time, and I couldn't do anything about it in the end. I should have thought about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But, well,
Happens.
I do get some points now.
Yes.
And it's
that was
basically
good.
6 points.
Yes, very good. And I get 8 points. I fulfilled 4 lamp.
And then
We flip it.
we flip that, and it's my
So
turn.
now we do get points for each rare input good in our fulfilled contracts. So at the moment I would get 5 points and you would get 6 points.
Yeah. I think I'll just buy in. Oh wait, I did have a plan. No, I changed it. I'll buy for 10 one of these contracts because it takes 2 cheese, and oh, I do have 2 cheese, so this might be good.
Sounds like a plan. I do want to get rid of all my whiskey, and I have a contract with 4 whiskey, so let's do this right away. Bam.
It's 4 sugarcane.
Yeah. So then it's your turn again.
What else do I want to do? And this is something that I'd like to do sometime. Do I want to buy any goods? I think I'll just fulfill the contract because I can. There's another sugarcane. I get 8. And I lose 2 cheese.
Okay, before you take this nice spot, I'm tempted to go there for 10.
Now I want to buy another of these contracts, I guess, but I'm not sure yet which one. There's no there's one with tobacco. But that's really far away from being achievable.
Now we already have to pay 10 for a contract though.
Yeah, but still, it will be 50 next round.
Yeah, just saying to the general public. By the way, are there any questions in the meantime?
Yeah, we didn't get any questions yet in the chat, but feel free to ask if you have any questions, and we will try to answer them as concise or precise or long as possible.
Or as humorous as possible.
Yeah, or as a limerick maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I do have a question. The game really looks gorgeous. And I know that the artist didn't only do this game. He's quite famous in the board game scene.
Yes.
How did this come to pass?
Well, actually, the artist is Clemens Franz, and I'm very, very, very happy that I could convince him to take on another project, and it's actually his first project that's going to be on Kickstarter.
Okay.
And I mean, Clemens Franz is really, really well known. I mean, he has done Caverna, Agricola, Le Havre, Isle of Skye, so he's one of the most famous Eurogame artists, I'd say. And yeah, so I think it's really awesome that he had the courage to do a project with a small entrepreneur like me, instead of like just taking on a new project from a bigger publisher. Yeah, and I mean the result is outstanding, so credit goes to him.
Yeah, and actually he's also the guy who created the logo for this channel, so also from me, thanks for that. Just looking at it, it's a very, very nice looking style, and it makes it very easy to understand what the places are assumed to be, and looking at the player board, it makes a lot of sense, which I always have the feeling isn't that easy if you're just an artist and not where it is apparent that he's also a board game artist. Yeah. He knows how this works.
He's
he knows
a gamer,
how the games work.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm stalling because I don't really have any good ideas what to do with my turn, so I'll just use the turn to buy a contract, because why not? And I decided to buy this one, which is cheap, because why not get a cheap contract if you can? I only need one wool to fulfill it. The rest I have.
I really want to fulfill another contract, but I have really no clue which one and how to go about it.
You do have a lot of money. There should be some way to do it.
Yes, that's true. I would really like to take this contract with the cheese and try to buy it cheap from you, but I don't see I am going to be able to do this, because this one cheese is so far away, plus there are rivers next to it, and this one is completely encircled by either units of mine, river or loch hexes, so there is no way I can buy cheese cheaply from you.
That's right.
So I think I'm gonna do it a little differently. I could do it this way. I could just pull it off. I think if I take this contract, I have enough money to just pull it off. Yes, I'm probably just going to do this. Or like this. That's the same. I like this actually even better. Yeah, I will take this contract. Why am I going to do this? Because, I mean, it's similar like this, but I'd rather buy whiskey and drive up the whiskey price, so later, in the next round, if I happen to have a little money, I could just sell my whiskey at a high price. That's the whole plan. So I pay 10, so that's exactly 10.
And you don't actually have any whiskey at the moment. That's interesting.
Yeah, so I really have to buy the whiskey to be able to fulfill this contract.
I think what I want to do becomes more clear by the minute. I want to row the boat gently down the stream. And I'd like to cow a cow for 12. Because I know that I will need to slaughter one. And now I'm next to this distillery, so I can buy whiskey for cheap. Which might make sense in this game. I could buy 2 whiskey. That would be all of my money. And I think I wouldn't be able to get any more money, which is bad. So I'll just buy 1 whiskey. for 8.
That's very unfortunate. No, actually for 7, -3.
Oh, -3. That's... So I could buy 2, and then I would have 2 money left, which isn't enough. I'll just buy 1.
Okay. This is really unfortunate for me because I wanted to buy 3 whiskey at the moment, and this would cost me 3 more. At the moment, I couldn't afford it, so I would have to sell either this or this. I really need the wool for this contract, so I gotta sell my cheese for 10. Now I should be able to buy the whiskey I need.
And I will buy 1 wool for 3.
Huh. Somehow you're getting better deals at the moment, I feel.
Well, I don't really know yet what to do with whiskey, but the wool, that's already planned for what to do.
Okay. So you just want some of my...
I realized that you had exactly 30, so it made a difference for you, and I'm not sure if it's the best strategy to try to directly mess with the opponent, but it's a 2-player game, and I think it's at least
in a 2-player game you can play quite aggressively, because I mean any disadvantage for me is a gain for you.
That's right.
But I now have enough money to buy actually 3 whiskey, and the whiskey price is now really high for the next round.
That's right too.
So I pay 33, so I have 7 left. So I get 3 barrels.
I will fulfill this contract for need to slaughter 1 cow, and I'll slaughter this one, unfortunately, but the other one is in a spot I don't want to give up now, and I need to pay this, and therefore we have 2 more cotton.
Okay, so I will fulfill this now. So this sheep has to die. And this wool, I gotta discard. I should have 3 whiskey. I didn't buy 4. So then the cotton goes 4 steps further. Now I get 1 coin because it passes this mark.
Oh, and when it passed the fiber?
Yes, as well.
So you already got the coins, or who did get those coins? We forgot about it.
We forgot about it,
okay,
so it's
but
our bad. Yeah. So
we don't know who would have benefited, so it's okay.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Forgot it.
Okay, in that case, I will pass because it gives me more money. I don't only mean this 16.
And the 1 coin. But now I actually have a problem. You see, now I'm running in the similar problem as you, because I didn't really pay that much attention. I'm lacking some grain for my distilleries and lacking milk for my cheese dairies, so I'll have to choose. I can only buy 1 grain though, or 2 milk.
I should have bought some milk too, but I didn't think about it.
So I guess I will just buy 2 milk, so at least I will have some be a little bit more spread out. So I'll get 2 milk for all my money, and at least my cheese dairies are supplied. So that's it. I'm gonna pass as well.
You get 13.
Now it's production phase.
Yeah, I do get 1 cheese effectively and some money.
And now I do get 2 whiskey. 1 of that goes into here. And I get 12 and 12 cash. That's 24. Okay.
And we get victory points.
Retrieve the merchants. Yeah, so victory point. I have 7, 11, 13.
13. So you're at 33, which isn't on here anymore. So you are round. I only get 179, which is 24.
Good. So now in the last round we do get points for each worker deployed.
So
in
the
your case also fisherman.
Okay. But I will actually start by selling 2 whiskey. Because that's what I wanted to do.
Ah.
I get 26 for my 2 whiskey.
So my whole plan about selling whiskey is a little bit spoiled. Ah, we need to refill the contract.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Interesting.
They're really expensive now.
Yeah, now we gotta pay 15 for 1 contract. I should get a contract now. Which contract should I get? I have cheese and I have whiskey. There is not a lot of whiskey in the contracts.
Here's one.
Yeah, that's not a lot. I could either go this way. So let's see. At the moment, it looks a bit like as if tobacco might be the worthiest at the end of the game.
That's right.
So I think I'm gonna go after tobacco. And I will go for this one. Because I already got the 2 cheese. So that's 10.
15.
True, 15.
And I will buy the other tobacco one for 15 because it needs 1 cheese and I have 1 cheese.
Interesting. So now, in order to fulfill this, I need some sheep again. So one good spot for me is, I guess, I'll put this one here for 11.
And I will put my sheep here for 9.
And I put another sheep here for 9.
And I will buy some wool. I think I'll actually... Well... I'll buy 2 wool for 8.
Okay. So then I'm pretty broke. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sell 2 whiskey. I'm selling the 2 whiskey for 22.
I'll fulfill my contract, which means this one has to die and these resources get back, but it's 3 tobacco, which means I reach the 5 and get a coin. And I can
build the magic coin.
Build 1 for almost free. Which one do I actually want to build? I'll build a sheep here for 8. And I'll buy cheese. I'll buy 1 cheese for 6.
All right. So then I'm gonna fulfill this, I think. Yes, I'm going to do this. Totally going to do this. So I fulfill this. So I'm gonna slaughter these 2 sheep again. And then the tobacco marker moves 2 further. And now I gotta pre-build again. So let's see, I have a plan. So I could build this here. And then buy some of that for cheap. Is that a good way to go? I'm having some problems with my... I have a plan. I'm building this here for 7. That should make more sense.
I will buy...
Wait a second. Because now I'm buying...
Oh, you're
2
buying milk.
at a discount.
That makes a lot of
The
sense.
milk is 5 at the moment, but through the neighborhood bonus, I can buy it for 2 cheaper, so that's 3 at the moment. So I buy 2 milk for 3, so this makes 6. Gotta supply my cheese dairies.
That's right. Oh, I didn't think about that.
I thought so.
I will buy a contract for 15.
So in the end, I did profit from neighborhood at least a little bit.
At least this once.
Yes. But I still don't get to fulfill my... I will buy 1 grain. That's all I can afford, unfortunately. Well, or I could, instead of buying the grain, I could just build 1 more miner. No, miner I cannot build anymore, and the other one is too expensive. So I will buy 1 more grain for 6.
Oh. I will fulfill my contract, which means the sheep has to die again. I lose the cheese, but I get 10 money back. It's 2 cotton, and I get to build ones for free. And now I need to decide what is my final play. What are advanced goods worth at the end of the game?
2 points.
2 points.
Each.
Okay, in that case, I will buy. Yeah, I will build this guy, which is woodcutter for 6.
Can you supply him? I mean, you need grain for the bakery.
No, I can't supply the bakery, but that's something I can't do that much about. I thought about buying.
Okay, but you do not get points for the building, but for the resource.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a woodcutter, and
Yeah.
I realized. So I thought about building one of these farms, which would have allowed me to basically give me 3 points: 1 for the wheat and 2 for the bread that I would have gotten. But it would have cost me 18, and this guy cost me 6, and also is worth 2 points.
Yeah. One thing that I should tell you is, I mean, you should use your rowing ability now to maximize your settlements. I mean, for instance, with this guy rows here. Now at the moment, these 3 are 1 settlement, but if this guy's here, there are 3 settlements.
So they are also included. I didn't know that they are included. In that case, it makes a lot of sense to start moving them. Yeah. So now this is a settlement?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
that
this
changes.
clan has quite a good chance to win the settlement scoring due to this ability.
That changes a lot of things, but he actually needs to move there.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so then, is it my turn?
Yeah.
I'm pretty broke with 4 cash, so I think I'm just going to pass. There is really not anything I could do, so I'm gonna pass. 16.
I will move here and build another ship guy on this spot, which isn't another settlement, but it's another ship guy.
Yeah.
And ship guys are worth 2 points.
Yeah. Fisherman.
And fisherman. Then.
And yeah, you might also want to move this guy.
Am I allowed to move multiple everyone? Or
no, did you already move him? No.
I did move this one this turn.
Yeah, okay.
So next turn I'll move him here.
Yeah.
And I do have 6 left. So this doesn't actually make sense.
I mean, you can just do it. I mean,
for 6,
you didn't know about this.
I will put him.
That's
here.
even better, probably.
Yeah. And I think that's all I can do.
Okay, so let's wrap up. We still produce.
Yeah, unfortunately, I only get 1 cheese and some money.
3 whiskey, 1 goes into the cellar, and then I do get 9.
Oh, do we get this money too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I get 16, 28. So then, let's see. Let's wrap up. So we do get points for each worker deployed. I deployed 6 workers.
It's 12 points.
So that's 12 points.
And I deployed all of them, which is 16
points.
32 points. No,
16
points. So I'm here.
Yeah.
Right on your tail.
Yeah, very close. So then, after production scoring phase, we basically count the points.
Let's do that.
Okay, I was the starting player, and I was Mackenzie.
Didn't I start?
You start choosing a clan, and I was first in turn order.
Ah, okay, turn order.
Is it visible here? Here.
Let's just write it down like that, and then.
Okay, Mackenzie and McDonald. So Glory, I got 45 and you got 40.
That's right.
So then basic goods in our stock, I have none.
Me neither.
So then processed goods times 2, I got 4, so that's 8 points.
5.
True, so I got 10.
And I have 1, which is 2 points.
That's 2, and then 10 cash is 1 point. So I got 5 points.
I've got 4 points.
Then hops is worth 1 point.
That's 10 points for me.
And I got 19. So then cotton is worth...
It's worth 3.
3 points. I mean, that's an interesting mechanic. I mean, rather just being points like having rewarding static points for the rare input goods, their points depend on their rarity. So the cotton was imported most by all players, so cotton is worth the least and is worth only 3 points each.
So that's also why in the end we all try to get tobacco, because it's worth the most points.
And what is really neat about this is that you do not, I mean, there are other games that have contracts, but there you usually just take the ones that are the easiest to fulfill for you. But here you often go for contracts that are not the easiest for you to fulfill, because getting 5 points instead of 3 points for each import good, let's say for this one, this makes like you could get 9 points in the worst case and 15 points in the best case. So this is a significant difference. So it really incentivizes you enough to go after contracts that give more points, but that may be more difficult to fulfill. And this makes the market more dynamic, because if you get a contract that you cannot fulfill so easily, you need to buy the stuff, the goods, in order to fulfill it. And that actually, adds to the dynamics. Okay, so then cotton is worth 3. And you got how many?
I've got 10, which means 30 points.
Okay, that's good for me. I got only 4 cotton, so that's 12 points. So then tobacco, I got 4, and tobacco is worth 5. So that makes 20 points.
And for me it's 3, which means 15 points.
Yes. And then we got sugar cane is worth 4 points each. And I got 7, so that's 28.
And I've got only 1, which is 4 points.
And then most contracts, I got 5 contracts.
But I did get 6 contracts.
So you get 8 points here, I get none. And then the settlements, let's see.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7, yeah, that's actually not very bad. Let's see. But I think I should have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
Which means these points go to you.
So this is 12 and 0. So now I'll embarrass myself. And,
now time for the calculator.
Yes.
So do you plan to have an app for that later on?
Yes, certainly. A friend of mine started working on it, but we'll see how long he's gonna take to
Yeah, but basically, I think most players who play Eurogames will be able to calculate the points.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that difficult. And at some point, probably there's going to be an app for it. So I got 151, which is acceptable, but not phenomenal for me.
Oh, if you start like that, then I will be in the range of didn't achieve anything. I see it coming.
Well, I mean, you fulfilled 6 conflicts, which isn't too bad. Probably I'm ahead a little bit. It's my feeling. I am ahead quite clearly, 113. Yeah. So, but I have about like 100 games ahead of you, so...
That's right. You have 151, I have 113. You've won... What kind... so how many points are... what's your best score?
I think my best score is around 190.
Okay,
100 to 90, 200 approximately.
At least my aggressive strategy stopped you from beating your own high score.
Exactly.
Great.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. Thank you for showing this game, and thank you for talking a little bit about the game, about the ideas behind it. It was very, very fun to play it. And do you have the exact date for the Kickstarter? Is it still...
Well, it's 80-90% sure. It depends a little bit if all reefers will be able to finish their reviews by then.
Okay.
I plan to launch on April 25th.
Okay.
But it's a tight deadline, so hopefully everything will... turn out well.
So let's say if you're interested in the game, have a look at Kickstarter starting end of April and beginning of May latest. There's also a link in the description where you can sign up to get the exact date and get notified so you don't miss it. Exactly. Will there be early birds?
There will be a different kind of early bird actually. Ooh. Because I have looked into the research, and research says that time limited rewards and early bird are a special case of that. Do correlate negatively with success.
Okay.
And many people don't like early birds because if they kind of hear about the game too late, then they miss the early birds and they feel they lost money. So that's why I came up with a new scheme that I haven't seen so far. Namely, I will offer a 110% money back guarantee for early backers.
Okay, so if you don't like the game, you can actually get the money back.
Exactly. I mean, even make a little bit of a profit out of it.
Yeah, but well, but I guess people will like the game, so
yeah,
it won't matter that much.
I'm putting so much effort into this game for a year, and I hope it shows, and that's why I'm confident that it'll convince the backers as well. But still, I understand backing on Kickstarter early, like a couple of months ahead, is perceived as a certain risk, and through this 110% money back guarantee, I want to reduce the perceived risk.
Great. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the campaign. Thanks for having you here. And thanks everybody for watching. And if you have any questions, I'm sure you can just write an email. As mentioned, there is a lot of links in the description where you can find more information about the game and where you'll also be able to sign up to get notified. So thanks for being here, and everybody, see you.
Bye-bye.